What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Swanky Disc Golf. Today, we're going to talk about mid-ranges, and specifically 5 mid-ranges that we believe every disc golfer at one point in their career needs to give a shot at being in their bag. We're going to jump into it, but before we do, don't forget, if you enjoy the comment, to subscribe to the channel, like the video. We have other videos like this where we've done fairway drivers and distance drivers, and be sure to comment down below what disc we missed or which was your favorite on the list. Jumping into number 5, we have the Gateway Element. Yes, some of you niche Gateway fans, we have heard you. We have looked at the Element and we have decided it's awesome. The specific thing I want to point out about Gateway is their plastic variety. There is a plastic type to match your personality basically over there at Gateway. If you go to, especially like Infinite Discs, they have an insane variety of plastics that you can take your choice from, and the Gateway Element is those beautiful 5.5, -1.1 numbers that everyone is looking for in a straight flying mid-range. Some of the most popular discs in the world share the same flight characteristics, except for Gateway has really cool plastics, and also they're really well priced. We have found that Gateway is typically a little bit cheaper than most other discs, especially depending on the plastic. That's number 5, the Gateway Element.
Okay, number 4 is going to be the Castaplast Nord. And it could not be more different than the Element in that there's really only one plastic. Technically there's 2, but really you're going to be buying this in the K1 plastic. So options, not really. But as far as the plastic, K1 has always been discussed as the holy grail of plastics, and it really is. I love K1, and the Nord surprised me. The numbers are 5403. It's very overstable. I just picked one up recently. I don't know if they have anything available yet outside of the first runs, but guys, this is one of Castaplast's best releases. I love how flat it is with like really great pushing over stability. I obviously bagged the Recluse. I've talked about it on the channel before, but the Nord's very close to kicking the Recluse out of the bag. It's that pushing overstable. If you like a Justice, it's kind of like that, but the bead is less significant to me. I really am convinced you guys need to go try the Nord if you like that overstable mid. A lot of people throw it on forehand as well. It's a little faster version of the Zone. Guys, the Nord is great. Go check it out. K1 plastic can't be beat. The first run minty ones are so beautiful. Go check it out. That's number 4.
Coming in at number 3, we have the Prodigy Archive. We have talked a little bit about the Archive in the past. It is a collaboration disc with Isaac Robinson. And we are, of course, Isaac Robinson fans, but bias set aside, I think that the Archive is my favorite Prodigy Creator Series discs. I've thrown all the K LaVisca ones. I've thrown all of the, well, the other one, that is Kevin Jones's. And I absolutely love the Archive. And the numbers on it are 5502, and I think that is a stability slot for mid-ranges that isn't used too often, which I do think is mainly because most of these 5.5, -1.1 discs are more overstable and fly almost like 0.1, 0.2. All of that aside, the 5502 of the Archive feels so good. Especially in headwind. If you want the 5.5, -1.1 flight, I'm saying a lot of numbers right now. If you want a flight that's more like a Buzz, and I know that's not the Rock's numbers, but the Rock is way more understable than it says. If you want that flight in a headwind, throw the Archive. The hand feel of it has very smooth edges. The plastic is outsourced to China, which I will continue to say I don't love that, because Prodigy has some cool plastic. But I have never found an Archive personally that had any flashing or anything wrong with it, and the flight is a gem, and that's why I'm so highly recommending it, and we're gonna talk about it for as long as it continues to be produced this well. The Archive is a sick disc, less overstable than the Nord, more overstable than something like a Buzz or an MD3. Absolutely incredible disc at number 3.
Okay, number 2 is a super cool one, and we're gonna kind of cheat here. We've got 2 discs here, but they're basically the same. They fly very similarly, and they're made by the same manufacturer. And that is the Mint Discs Lobster and the Jester Discs Peace Train. They are very similar. So the numbers are slightly different. The Peace Train is 5.4, -2.1, and the Lobster is listed at 5.5, -3.1. So slight differences to the glide and to the understability, but in our hands and in our flight tests, they fly very, very similarly. And since they're manufactured in the same place, we're gonna give them the same spot on this list. The most understable disc on the list and incredibly versatile. I bagged the Peace Train and Luke bagged the Lobster for a long time. He bags the Peace Train now. And I throw it all the time in the woods for basically any kind of shot. I'll throw it uphill for a gentle pushing hyzer because the uphill kind of counteracts the understability. I'll throw it through dead straight lines on hyzer, or I'll throw it on big turnovers. Like, I throw that disc probably more than any other disc in the bag right now, and if you haven't tried it, it's beautiful. It's like an understable mid-range that doesn't want to turn and burn on you. It reacts to hyzer so well, and that's what I love so much about it. It's always going to flip up to flat and give you full flights when really you didn't deserve them. So go check out either of those. They're both going to reward you very well for giving them a shot, and that's our number 2 Peace Train Lobster combo.
All right, the number 1 mid-range that we recommend every disc golfer should try at some points or another. Before we jump into it, be sure to subscribe. And these videos are really just a way for us to create a place where discussion can happen. We want people to comment and be able to find new discs and stuff like that is our whole purpose here, really. So be sure to drop a comment down below. Let us know what your favorite mid-range is. What are you always recommending to other people? This is what we tend to recommend to other people. Coming in at number 1 is the Latitude 64 Claymore. The reason we recommend this one so heavily is that I think personally it's the most accurate and best flight on a 5.5 -1.1 disc, and incredible plastic from Latitude 64, but it is not talked about nearly as much as almost any other 5.5 -1.1 or straight flying mid-range. And honestly, I would bag it if I wasn't so stubborn and a buzz shill. So that's that. The number 1 disc is the Claymore. Be sure to go check it out. We will see you guys in the next one. Stay swanky.